Hello, students. We are going to talk about measuring the circumference of a circle. So we briefly discussed that squares and triangles can be calculated, all based on the area of squares. But the Greeks did find that circles were another challenge because now you have a curved shape. So then the question is, how do you find the circumference for circles? And so a circumference, just to make sure that we're all clear on this, is the curve outside of a circle. And just to make it clear, we are talking about length. So in other words, we are going to talk about, or we're going to see this as one two-dimensional thing, a length, but it is curved, all right? So the one way for me to sometimes to remember it is when you think about circumference, you think of the letter C right there, right? And if you think of the letter C, that's the length of the outside area. So that's what a circumference is. Now the area, the formula for a circumference is the following. So circumference, or C, is equal to the diameter times pi. Now tomorrow we're going to make sense of this in class because we're going to use some string to take a look at what we mean by this diameter times pi. And however, before we jump into that, I do want to also mention that the other option, another way to remember it, is circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Now, in other words, this is the 2 radius, or the diameter, right, times 2. So the radius is half of the diameter. So if you multiply by 2, you get the diameter. Now, there is a reason why we could remember that. It makes a lot more sense after we cover the area formula, because then it's just a matter of switching the number 2 around. But for now, you could just say the diameter times pi. So just to give some final clarification so that we have the same definition, I would like you to draw a circle and draw a dot in the center and a line going out. And this, you could add an arrow, is the r, or the radius. And if you draw another circle and you have the line going all the way across, and sorry for the slant there, but my tablet just does that, then this right here, the full length, would be the diameter. And so for a final reference, diameter equals twice the radius, right? 2 times of the radius is equal to the diameter. So that's another thing that you can remember. So there are 3 formulas here that you should be remembering. Well, really it's 2. You should remember the circumference is equal to the diameter times pi, or you could do 2 pi r, or 2 of the radius times pi. And then with that, remembering here at the bottom that diameter is equal to 2 of the radius. And that is it for the time being. So we'll continue this tomorrow.